Why did God allow Hitler to kill 6 million Jews? Why does God let normal, healthy, innocent children die of natural disasters and severe diseases and war? God is disinterested in human affairs. And if he is disinterested in human affairs, why would anybody worship him?
When God became a human being, what happened to him? Okay, now he's a classic example of what I'm talking about. He asked a very hard, very serious question, and before he even allowed me to answer, he walked away. Is that being open-minded? No, he didn't ask a question. He made a point. But he disguised it in the form of a question. That is intellectual dishonesty.
I was just saying I'd like to hear the answer to that question. Why should we worship him
Thank
if he
you.
either doesn't care if we die
Thank
or
you very
if
much.
he's not all-powerful?
I appreciate your honesty. First point, when we say that God is all-powerful, we do not mean that everything that happens is God's will. Why? The all-powerful God chose to limit his power by creating us with a free will. So if I walk up to her, smack her beautiful face, and then turn to you and say, God made me do it, I'm a liar, I'm a con artist. God gave me a hand for a purpose, to respect her and to love her. But because I have a free will, if I choose to abuse this hand, roll it into a fist and send it crashing into her beautiful face, and then have the audacity to say, God made me do it, I'm a liar and I'm a con artist.
Well, that was a good video. I feel like we use God as a scapegoat way too much. In other words, it's like everything bad that happens in the world, people blame God. As if there aren't at least two other major factors in what causes bad things to happen. Like, because we're saying God is all knowing, God's all sovereign, but we don't want God to get involved in our life. So we want our free will. But if free will causes somebody to do something bad, then it's God's fault. So I think that's unfair. That's number one. Number two is like, we act as if, so there's one force is people, but the other force is like, there is another side. Like there's a God and there is an enemy, a Satan as we know him, or the devil, whatever your terms would be. Like he is a real force, just as real as God, coming against everything that is God-like to make us blame God for all the bad stuff, as if he's not kind of moving within people or trying to influence people, just like God is trying to get us to influence to do good. It's almost like that angel on one side, devil on the other, and people get to make a choice in the middle. And so there are some things that are people's choices, some things that happen as consequences because of people's choices. And yet, when it's all bad, we never look at Satan. We never go, oh, it's all Satan's fault. No, we always go, it's always God's fault. So I love that he's right. It is free will. I love that he's sharing that. I also love that he's talked about the openness. Like we do have to be open-minded to, if we do have questions about God, to listen to opposing viewpoints. But bigger than that, we got to stop blaming God for every bad thing that happens, because it ain't all God's fault.